Hey, gang. How we?
What's up, Luke?
What up? What's happening?
Just trying to. I was trying to make it home before the call, but didn't quite make it. So
You didn't drive fast enough.
I didn't leave early enough. Too much going on today, but it's all good. How about you?
Yeah, you're not in London, so you're driving on the right side of the street.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know how they ever even decided to drive on the wrong side of the street.
I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe the royal family were dyslexic or something.
Hey, look,
Hey, what's up, man?
I got a good question.
Yeah,
Do the .brave domain, do they only work in the Brave browser?
yeah. They resolve in the Brave browser. Other browsers can resolve them too if they want to extend support for it, but we can only control them being resolved in our browser. So others can resolve them, like what they would resolve a Web3 domain, but yeah, it relies on them implementing it.
Do any of the other browsers resolve them or
I'm
no?
trying to
Or
remember. And usually how it works is that they will add support for some, and then I'm not. It always kind of comes down to how much they want to maintain, like adding new ones in. That's how it works with us, and it's also like one of those things where it's why the ICANN stuff is important because the DNS support would basically make them work everywhere that Web 2 domains work.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good
yeah,
question.
like is there do people have to like download a like an extension or something to make them work, or that's still, or is that wholly dependent on the browser supporting it?
Trying to remember. I think it was an extension that did it, but I gotta try and remember.
Just use Brave and it works. How about
Just
that?
use Brave. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And I think we've got oh, Harold, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh, Bow left.
Nice. I don't know
I
if that's good or bad.
I don't know either, but it's okay. I think we've got yeah, I think we've got Jenny and Paolo are coming. Oh, there's Paolo. All right, we'll give folks a minute or two to get bearings in, and yeah.
Yeah, I think Jenny's should be here in a few minutes. So yeah. Oh, I got a question while we're waiting. I noticed there was a post in the last day or so from Brave about possibly adding like the thumbnails or removing the thumbnails on uh, YouTube videos or whatever. We could not hear you, Harold, earlier, just by the way. But yeah, what's that all about? I guess is that something they're looking at doing, or I guess is that a big issue for a lot of people? I'm not a huge YouTube user, so I don't know if I have had an issue with the like the thumbnails or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the status is on that. Sometimes we'll like trial balloon like ideas like that to kind of gauge if there's good demand for it. But I'm not sure exactly what the plan is there. I need to check. If anybody else on the team knows and wants to inform us all, I would open the floor for them to do that.
Yeah, I don't know directly, um, but I'm aware of the system that does it. But I can try to find out. But
I can hear you now too. This is fantastic.
yeah, yeah. So I was asking you earlier about how I was doing. I've just been dealing with all the fallout of the GitHub stuff. We're trying to release something, and and you can't do it, and then all the fun with the Cloudflare. So it's been an amazing day.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, why don't we? I'd be curious since we have you here. Maybe folks heard about what happened at Cloudflare. Maybe you have a good explanation as to like from what you've seen, like what happened, and that you could share with folks if you're interested.
And
I,
yeah, and how did that affect Brave as well? Curious.
well, I don't know I don't know the finer details of what all happened. I just know that it affected, um, so I made a joke earlier. It's funny because you saw, like, I don't know if you guys remember about a few weeks ago when AWS had an outage, and you had all these companies that were like, AWS is down, but we weren't, right? Um, and a lot of that was just sort of like, I would say like false PR in a sense, because depending on if you knew AWS, you know AWS, then it wasn't all of AWS down. It was only a particular region, and it just so happens that it's the region that everybody uses if you're new to AWS. So, or you just are hard headed and you just stay on that region. Yeah. But anyway, Cloudflare went down, and it affected a lot of companies, and including a lot of Web3 companies. Like I couldn't even get to ENS's homepage. There was I couldn't even. We use 1Password here, and we couldn't even log in there. It was so craziness there. So fun times. But for Brave services wise, all of our search products were up. We didn't have any service outages that way. I think all of our endpoints were fine resolving, and I think it's because even though we do have the private CDN initiative where we leverage Cloudflare, it did not affect a lot of our services that I know of. So we didn't hear anybody report anything, and we didn't see any red lights on any of our services, so we were all good. But yeah, when I find out, I will try to share what I know and my thoughts on it. But it was fun times.
Job well done. Job well done, Harold. I'm going to attribute our success to you exclusively.
there may be some arguments on that.
Others. I got it. It's interesting, man, because like Cloudflare, I don't think people understand like how big Cloudflare is, right? Like I think that something I was reading, something like 20+% of all web domains use Cloudflare in some form or fashion, and like I think there are like 4,330 of the top 10,000 domains by traffic use Cloudflare. It's huge. It's like a huge amount of market.
All I know is I woke up this morning, I couldn't use X, I couldn't use ChatGPT. I just didn't know what to do with myself.
Hey, you know what though? If you could use chat, you could use ask.brave.com because it was running. Hey, so
yeah,
you made it change your game up, Drew. I don't know what you're doing over there.
No, you're right. I do use the Brave Leo, but I was actually trying to make a picture, a graphic, and that's the only reason why I was using ChatGPT.
I was about to drop an ask.brave joke in there.
Yeah, I know, man.
No, usually I do use Leo for my AI searches and stuff. But when they get like images and things like that, then I'll exclusively use it.
The mask is off, Drew. The mask is off.
So Drew, you do Leo in the browser, but you don't use ask.brave.com?
No, I just use Leo.
Oh yeah.
He opens up Chrome and then goes to Google.com.
Damn, come on now.
Sorry, I don't want to roast you. I'm sorry. Jenny's here to save the day. How's it going, Jenny?
No, I love the laughter. I don't want to save the day. I feel like keep the.
I don't want to roast Drew. Like Drew's too nice for that.
It's okay. Bring it on.
He has wide shoulders. He's good.
Yeah, exactly. He can handle it. Okay, everyone. Well, welcome. I guess we can get into the deck. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get into the deck. Okay. So starting off with some highlights for the week. Okay, so BatX Spaces, our schedule. Next Friday, the 28th, it is Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, sometime that week. I don't know exactly which date, but sometime that week. So there's going to be a bit of people on holiday. Therefore, we are not going to have a space event that week, but we will resume. Oh, wait, hang on. We are out of order here. We're out of order here on this slide. Hang on a second. The 21st, is that this week? Sorry, guys, that is my
21st is
the 21st is this
Yeah,
week. So
This
21st,
week, yeah.
yes, this week we are having a space. And the topic of discussion is going to be culture coins and tokenized movements with guests Pharos, DJ, Metalfun, and City Protocol. And then next week, the week of the 28th, that is the week of American Thanksgiving, and that is the week where we are skipping spaces, but we'll resume the following week after that. I just want to take a little second here to, even though he's not on this call, maybe he's watching the broadcast, maybe he's listening to the recording later, but just to say thank you to our host of basically a year and a half, Sansa, our beloved Spaces host, who, oh my gosh, brings the energy every Friday, always puts together an exciting and interesting agenda for discussion, and has generally just been the best host we could ask for. Sansa is moving on to another project, and I just want to say thank you to him. Yeah, thank you to him for being so awesome. I think he was universally adored by the team, all of us panelists every single week, and also our audience. Sansa's been the best, and I'm not sure yet who our new host will be. But I think Jack GK, who is actually our other host, might be standing in this Friday, and maybe we'll be able to secure him as a full-time host going forward. Maybe Paula knows more actually. Is Paula here?
Hi everyone. No, they will. We are going to have a call with them, I believe tomorrow. So they will share more details with us soon. But yeah, it's Jack. But I don't know if they plan to add another host or what's the plan for them. But I mean with them. But yeah, I hope we can share more details soon. I mean, or next week. But yeah, in the meantime, I think Jack is going to be our host.
Oh, okay,
he
great.
ever launch Jack Points?
It
Yeah,
was
we
all
did.
just for fun. It was just.
We
For fun.
did.
I
It
was
was
gonna say I love Jack.
we love Jack. Yeah, we love Jack as much as we love Sansa. So we're not disappointed by that. It's just we're sad to see someone go who we had so much fun with, but that's okay. Jack is also going to bring the vibes. We're going to bring back the Jack points. We'll bring back the POAPs for the Jack points. It's going to be a good time. So join us on Friday for a really fun conversation with Jack. Okay. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention to you all, because it pertains to you all in our BAT token community. So the next phase of the Night token distribution by the Midnight Foundation and its privacy-oriented Midnight Network is called Scavenger Mine, and it's live now for anyone who wants to participate. If you recall, a few months back, BAT holders in the BAT community were one of the handful of token communities eligible for the Midnight Glacier drop. And if you missed that, or you didn't, but you just want to participate, the Scavenger Mine is the second distribution phase where anyone can earn Night tokens by basically completing short browser-based cryptographic challenges. And to join, all you need is to open the Scavenger Mine page on the Midnight site, connect a supported wallet, and run the challenge session from your device. November 19th and 20th, so tomorrow and the day after that, are not only the final days to participate, but the 20th is also browser day, where the Scavenger Mine will run in browser-only mode. So That means you can use your Brave browser, you can create a Cardano address in the Brave wallet, you can connect it to the Scavenger Mine page, and you can join before the phase ends. Don't leave your Knight tokens on the table. Go and participate. You can follow the step-by-step for how to join and how to play, basically, in our pinned tweets. I think I pinned the tweet. If I didn't, I'll go pin it. But we tweeted from the Attention Token account. And in addition to that, there are tweets about this all over X right now. You can't miss them. So go find the tweets and participate before the Scavenger Mine ends. Okay, I wanted to give you all a fun update regarding our .brave site building contest with Unstoppable Domains. You probably are aware, but the submission deadline was last week on the 12th. So all of the submissions are in. In total, we received 1,215 unique .brave website entries to the contest. Guys, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. That's totally unexpected. I'm totally blown away. So was the Unstoppable Domains team. Yeah, the interest, the level of interest and participation in this contest was wild. And yeah, just thank you so much to everyone. Right? I've been reviewing your entries along with the other judges, which I'll talk about in a minute. And some of them are bangers. Some of them are really great. I can't wait to show them off to you all. But in the meantime, let me just read through some other stats here. On our contest landing page, we received over 186,000 visitors. Crazy. And then 281 .brave domains were claimed through the challenge landing page. So just for this contest alone, there were 281 new .brave domains claimed / minted, which is great. And you know, I hope you know that you were able to mint / buy these with BAT. You still can. So what's happening next is that judges from Brave and Unstoppable Domains, as well as some volunteers from our BAT Ambassador program, are currently evaluating all of the entries using the grading framework that you can actually find on the contest page. If you want to go take a look at it, I'll put the contest page link in the chat unless somebody beats me to it. But yeah, we had the judging criteria on that page the entire time. So entrants knew sort of like what to aim for while they were building. Although the, how do I put this? Like they were able to build any kind of website. Like the content could be whatever they wanted, but if they, you know, wanted to rack up points, then they could build according to the judging framework. So yes, we are currently evaluating all the entries. It's taking some time, as you might imagine, because there are plenty, but we're getting through. And with that being said, we will be announcing our top 10 winners on the 20th, so Thursday, on X. So keep an eye on Attention Token X, Unstoppable Domains X. The announcement will be cross-posted to both channels, probably Brave X as well. And there's still 15,000 BAT, $18,000 worth of .brave domain credits, special badges, and merch awaiting our top 10 winners. So yeah, can't wait to announce them. And then, of course, this is not including the 3 winners of our People's Choice Awards, with which you all helped vote on over the past month. Those were announced weekly on this call. If you remember, we'll make sure to highlight our People's Choice winners again in our announcement on Thursday so that they get the glory that they deserve, along with the top 10. So stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you if you entered the challenge. I think we're going to have to do another one of these soon because it was so popular. Yay. And then just to add on to that, .brave domains. I've been giving an update every couple of weeks on where we're at in terms of the .brave domains created. So before the contest started, we had already created, or the community had already created, minted just under 15,000 .brave domains, which is crazy, more than we ever expected. We've covered this before. And then during the contest, we kind of bumped up. We crossed the 15,000 threshold, which was crazy. And now we're at almost 16, well, not almost 16,000, 15,591 .brave domains. So that's amazing. Again, awesome, blown away. Yeah, just wanted to highlight that. You can still get yours. They start at as little as $5. You can buy with BAT, you can buy with credit card or other crypto. And the link to do that is buy.unstoppabledomains.com/brave. Do it if you haven't done it yet. You're still early. Okay, I'm also going to do a BAT Ambassadors program update. So some stuff that's new this week in the program. We have several BAT ambassadors, including Bows and Lukash, representing Brave and BAT in person at the Midnight Summit in London, UK. Guillermo from the BAT community team is also there. And we have a bunch of other community people, some KOLs, and folks who are friends of the community there with our team and our ambassadors. So that's really cool, and we're excited to get an update from them once they all get back. Additionally, sorry, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. All right, additionally, So Deep, Inferno, Stan, and Viking have joined the judges panel for the .brave site building contest. Thank you guys for volunteering your time. Me, Paula, and Guillermo, as well as 8 other judges from Unstoppable Domains, are dividing and conquering the rest. So if you think about the number of entries, it's actually a pretty small group of people doing the judging, but we're getting through it. Oh, also Keith, I forgot to mention Keith. Keith is also on the judges panel. Keith mentioned. Also for ambassadors, next Monday, Sam Brown, who is one of our IT and security engineers at Brave, is hosting a security orientation for our season 5 ambassadors, both our newcomers and our veteran ambassadors. During this presentation, he's going to be walking through just some general security awareness and best practices for upkeeping good digital hygiene. And we're also going to be discussing creating Brave forwarding addresses for BAT ambassadors, which is something that they have been wanting for a long time. So I'm happy to report that we will be implementing that soon. So that's great. And then last thing, looking forward, we're going to be building out a calendar of what we're calling info sessions until we come up with a more creative name that will feature experts from across Brave, for example, from the search, AI, wallet, VPN, rewards, marketing, growth, etc. teams, to help our volunteers expand their knowledge and better support company initiatives and goals. We'll share more on that soon once we've built it out properly, but that is in progress. And then, I guess one last thing that isn't on the slide that I'll also mention is that our community Guana Coin X account, as well as the BAT in Latam or BAT in Spanish account, are still suspended, but we are working on getting those restored. Additionally, Moonbeamer, one of our BAT ambassadors who you're all hopefully familiar with, has had some success in restoring suspended X accounts in the past. So she is guiding us, and we're going to we're gonna execute on her plan that worked for her. We're gonna see if that works for us. We'll share more details if we succeed. All right. This slide is for you, Luke, the Brave technologist.
Thanks, Jenny. So it was a good episode this week for the Brave technologist. They had Juan Leon on, and we recorded this one in Las Vegas at the Rare Evo event back in early mid-August. It was a series of interviews we did in person, which would be cool. We're gonna do that in December too at AI Summit. But yeah, Juan is awesome. We had a really good conversation. He's at Bitwise and kind of does, he's a senior investment strategist there. And for folks that might be unaware, like Bitwise was one of the first folks to come out with the ETFs around crypto, and they're really kind of forward thinking on a lot of this. They're also huge like Pudgy and Brave fans. So it was really good to have a conversation with Juan about, like, he put some predictions out there, and also kind of gave us some insight on how institutions are adopting crypto, and kind of some thoughts on that based on what they've experienced so far with ETFs and other future things that are on the horizon. So if you all haven't checked out the Brave Technology, just go to brave.com/podcast. All the episodes are there. I think I'm not sure what number this one is. We're well over 100 actually recorded, but we're getting close to, if we're not there already, with ones we've released. So pretty awesome. Give it a look, listen, whatever. Oh, this is 96. Yeah, we're 4 off of 100 being released. So yeah, give it a look. And there've been some other great episodes recently too. We did one with the Linux Foundation and Trust, and a few others, Cleanosaurs, etc. Like, give them a look. Thanks.
When are we gonna have Bitwise on Brave? That's what I want to know, because
Great question. It's actually a reminder. I got to reach out to them about that.
yeah, and also a BAT ETF.
Yeah,
Just
that's
thought.
working on.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up now. Okay, I guess it's my turn anyways. So
It is. So don't
jump
shut
in.
up. It's your turn.
I'll cut myself off right there. Okay, so yeah, just some updates for the week. Last week, I know I mentioned them, but they had just gone in like right before the community calls. So I didn't get a snapshot of them or anything, but on the offer wall in the rewards platform there on Brave, we have a few of the new rewards partner programs added to there. So you got the Brave merch store, obviously, and then travel swap, where you can get a 5% discount on your travel. You can use BAT, you can earn rewards, stuff like that. And then FOMO, which is a trading app. It's a mobile app that has a social component to it as well, and you can use the code that they give you in there on the offer wall and get some discounted trading. So looking to add to that, and then maybe even play with some of the current partners offerings that we have as well. So there's that. Next update on the Guano side of things, there's over 400,000 BAT locked up. Congrats to the community on that. The number actually is like over 402,000, I think, last I saw. Let me look. Yeah, just was looking at it to announce here. 402.34 thousand. I think Nitro's been putting some BAT in the BAT cave there, earning guano. So that's awesome to see. Even though the Twitter account's been suspended, the communities continue to lock their BAT and earn guano. So fun times. This last week, we did a collaboration with Doodles, where we ran a new tab takeover with them, and their community seemed to love it. They was a ton of posts and a lot of things going on there, which was awesome to see. If you look at their main post from their main account, it's got just under 100,000 views, and like I think it had like a couple hundred posts underneath it, comments and things like that from a lot of different people. A lot of that also got a lot of views on that. And then the one picture there on the right in the middle is one that they responded to another post, and they made a little art piece with the Brave doodle on the computer there on the laptop. So I thought that was cool. Shared that. And then a lot of other people that were posting about it. I think Bert Toast is actually the artist. Yeah, I could be wrong. But they're the artist, and they posted, got a lot of views. We can look at the next page. It's our next slide, Jenny. Just some more continued posts. But a couple that I thought were really interesting was Mocha there on the left posted, what was your first crypto related search? And he had written in there something about, I think, NFTs or something like that. And if you look at that post, it has almost 50,000 views and then 200 post below it of people, either showing their home screen with the doodles on it and a search in there. So it's kind of highlighting the search bar in the Brave new tab, which I thought was a cool, unique, and organic way that they just happen to do. Some crypto influencer that happened to do with that, and I thought it was super interesting. The middle post there is just a bunch of other people just kind of saying how they like the new tab, and it's awesome. Typical. Everybody's excited stuff. And then on the right, I thought it was interesting. One was a suggestion of like, when's the Doodles X Brave app icon? You know how you can switch the icons on your phones or whatever. I wonder if that's even a possibility, or what it would take to do something like that, a collaborative type icon that people could use for their app. So that's what I got this week. So we'll appreciate it.
What 400K on the 401K bat lock?
402.
Oh my
That's
god!
crazy.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Holy
It's cool
crap.
to see that people are utilizing it. I think it's great, because it's really just community, locking it up and doing their thing, even though guano's not worth a whole lot right now. I mean, who knows if it ever will be, but it's kind of just goes to show though too that people are willing to hold on to their bat and do stuff with it when you give them ways to use it and hold it and
I can tell you one
So,
thing, like, and it's something where like we didn't necessarily foresee like the community doing, like launching or doing this with guano, but when we were in San Francisco last week, we kind of had some meetings, and I was in the room with a bunch of people, like executives and some of the folks from the board, and I was able to kind of show them that, hey, look, like just kind of organically, our community was able to show on Solana a use case with Guano that we can now, there were DeFi things with BAT like on Ethereum too, but like these cases like helped us set precedent for the ability for us to be more aggressive in exploring things too. And the amount of demand that is generated like from the community, like being able to go into that room and say, look, like I think we were close to 400,000 BAT. I know it was over 600 holders that had staked. Those are not like small, it might seem like, okay, it's not like hundreds of billions or billions or whatever, but like for showing authentic things in the crypto space, like it's not bad. Like it's really a show the community's like dedicated, especially when I can show that with stats like coins have grown. There's over 25 million coins in the market, and that's actually like conservative. And BAT has maintained like our 14th rank distribution on Ethereum. So the 14th most distributed token on Ethereum by on-chain holders. Like that, we've maintained a rank between 11th and 14th from when there were like 12,000 tokens and coins to 25 million, right? Like that just shows like the conviction and resilience and like dedication that our holders have and the faith that they have in the team and the project and the community. And I just want to kind of like highlight that for a second because like I appreciate you all and everything you guys do. And it is really cool to be, despite what people talk about price or whatever, like this is a rare thing in this space, and it's one of the things that I hope as we roll out the 4.0 roadmap, and I think we're going to melt people's faces with that one, that our long-term holders, like I hope that they feel good about what they see there, because it's big stuff, and it's stuff that I know people have been waiting for a really long time. So I'll shut up now, but I appreciate you, Drew, tracking all the stuff. Like I think it's really important that we show people these things, and like also do like just a shout out to the team, because back when we started doing these calls, like I was just kind of jumping on and talking for 2 or 3 hours with people who were asking lots of questions, and then it kind of got to like an hour format, and then the team here like started just making the deck and putting the stats in, and they just kind of did that on their own, and it's super cool to see how organized the stuff we've gotten. So I'll shut up now, but thank you all for everything.
I just want to jump in real quick and you say like, yeah, I know the numbers aren't like, oh, millions and millions of bat or whatever, like, but on Solana, the amount of bat that's locked up in the bat cave or whatever is like 25.5% of all the bat on Solana. So I mean that's a good chunk of the bat on Solana. And that's not to mention like the liquidity pools and stuff like that. It's also in with bat and guano and or like the locked liquidity pool they did and stuff like that. So that's probably closer to almost a third probably of all the bat on Solana that is utilized by guano.
Thank you, Drew. Well, hi again. Hope you're having a lovely day. So I'm going to share some additional community updates with you. So first, the back community call summaries. So Article 74 has been published in X on the Basic Attention Token account as usual. And articles number 75 and 76 will be published very soon. Actually, I think I'll share number 75 tomorrow. But yeah, again, this is a great alternative for people to, if you don't have the time to join these calls, or you don't have the time to listen to the recordings, you can read the written summaries. And then I have updates about Photo Blockchain Querétaro from Bat Mexico. In the next slide, please. Thank you so much. So Photo Blockchain Querétaro was on November 14th and was attended by Donatello. So unfortunately, the other Mexican ambassador, Eddie, couldn't make it because of school at the last minute, but Donatello invited his friend Daniel to help him out. So he supported him the entire event during, both the presentation and the workshops, and answering questions and setting up the app and things like that, and delivering merch, of course. So that was really nice. And Donatello also mentioned that Daniel has been a Brave user for years, and he's very, very familiar with the features, especially with Leo, because he's one of the top blockchain developers in Mexico. So having him there really helped with the technical side and questions, and with AI. But yeah, so for the event overview, so first they had a total attendance of 2.8K participants, and also for the workshop attendance, they had a total of 600 attendees. These are great numbers. Then for the Brave/Bat sessions, they delivered 2 sessions. The first one was in the morning, which was like a general introduction to Brave and Web3. And the other one in the afternoon was more like a technical session with software development students. And of course, there was a strong engagement in both sessions, with notable interest from the technical audience who actively used Leo AI during the workshop, which is very nice. I love that they were able to explore Leo during the session and the workshops. And finally, the engagement highlights. So I mentioned last week that they made a special edition t-shirt. And so this t-shirt generated significant attention and improved audience interaction. And also many participants, in the technical session joined with laptops, allowing real-time hands-on exploration, which is great, because this was actually one of the goals. We really wanted people to interact and have, it's just easy to ask questions when you're doing something, when you're working on in your laptops or devices. And they had a small issue during the sessions with the download QR codes, unfortunately, because everyone was connected to the Wi-Fi, so it wasn't really working. But they helped everyone individually, and they guided them to search the app directly in their phones. I feel like this is a very, very common issue at events, unfortunately, but I'm just glad they were able to assist everyone with the downloads. And also for future events, they're thinking it might be nice to include like a small activity to interact with attendees and get more downloads in a more like a more natural way. So we could definitely look into that for their next event. But yeah, these were just general details shared by Donatello, but he will share a detailed he's going to share a detailed and more complete participation report that I will share with you next week. So big shout out to Donatello and Daniel for the awesome work and the initiative, of course. The entire Bad Mexico team has been doing an awesome job at events and content. So yeah, and on the next slide, I'm going to share some photos with you. Thank you. So these are just some moments at the presentation. You can see Daniel and also Donatello doing the presentation, and also a workshop. I think Donatello is going to share more photos soon, so I will share those as well. And next slide, please. And this is the T-shirt, the special edition design, which I think it was very cool. I believe one of the team members. Well, I don't remember if it was something. It was someone from the community. By the way, sorry about the background noise. But yeah, I don't remember if it was someone from the community who designed this, but I thought it was very nice, and yeah, I am very happy that they were able to join this event, and yeah, and hopefully I will get I will share more information with you next week. And thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Great updates from the team. Super, excited that all the stuff's going on, and really cool too to see the UD, the Unstoppable contest. And I mean, that's crazy. Like when you think about it, so there's almost over 1,500 domain names created, for Brave domains, and there's over 1,200 sites submitted into the contest. So that's not just people making sites from their domains. Those are people that are making them and going through the process of like submitting them to a contest. So it's like that's a lot of normally when you look at something like this, that's a super strong take rate on people building, not just building something, but submitting it to a contest. There's a lot of steps in there for people to fall off. So it's just super cool to see that many submissions when there's only, when there's like 15,000 plus domains registered. Super cool to see. And really looking forward to seeing the winners of that. And I appreciate all the ambassadors too that stepped up to help with judging on that too. It's super cool to see that you all are able to help on that front. There's also one thing I forgot to mention too. There's a big Web3 privacy event happening in Argentina. It was there was a whole day on Sunday that was dedicated to Web3 privacy. And we had Sophia from our research team was there in person to do a talk on some academic research that her and the Brave team research team put out there around privacy. And then I also did a remotely recorded talk on the building user first that was included in the lineup as well. So if anybody's there in Argentina, I hope it went well. But also we're checking to see if they're going to post the talks live somewhere or post the recorded talks somewhere for people to access. If not, I might just throw the talk on X and share it around. But yeah, super cool. Appreciate the Web3 Privacy Now folks for inviting Brave to go and participate. And it is cool to see, the timeline, how much privacy focus the crypto space is starting to have around this. But also, like when you look more broadly, people are talking about this around AI too. And it's an area where like Brave's been able to like really lead the way. I think, having Sam Altman go on to like Theo Von now and tweet around like people using ChatGPT as like therapist or a lawyer or a doctor, and the fact that they have to surrender those records because they collect them in the event that they're requested by like law enforcement, they're having to kind of work backwards on, implementing a strategy to help that can deal with that. Whereas like when you think of things from like how we're trying to bring them to market, it's a much better way to go user first and say like, look, like, the browser should handle these things. We should make sure that the user's information isn't passed through. And if it is, that it's blinded from us and all that stuff. And I think, we've taken our time with getting some agentic stuff out there and with also kind of crossing over between crypto and AI. There's an interest in us doing all of that. But some of the research that teams been putting out around the injection risks with agentic AI and stuff kind of highlight why it's important to be careful with these things, because you start getting into, people's funds and agents doing things. You really want to make sure that the users are involved with, aware and involved and are only doing it if they are, knowing the risks and, but also like we are, we want to be talking with users around what cases make sense, because half the trap, and this is in crypto and in AI, like half the challenge is like getting past the noise and the hype and seeing like what's actually going to be useful, even if it's boring. So there's a program, I think we talked about it with Keith, that new Keith was brought on to help us start around Brave Nightly on the browser side. With AI and with the browser focus on Brave Nightly. We actually are preparing to kind of kick off a similar program with the Bat community around the wallet and Web3 side. So it's kind of like a bounty and test program. We're going to release more information on this in the next couple of weeks, but I wanted to kind of let you all know here first, because this is the place where we give little teasers out like this, because, it'll be an opportunity for us to like, if you've been an ambassador or you've been involved with the community and you want to, we've done this before where we tried to get feedback and it's worked for a while, and then, things just get busy and stuff kind of falls off. And what we're trying to do with this program is like avoid the latter part there, where like we can have like the program under the program basically like organize that, but also, people, you all are using Brave, early, and you're not only are you like using the stuff early, you're asking us when we're releasing things because you're excited to use it. And for us, it's like so important to have that relationship with the lead users of the product. And there's a lot of things that we're working on. I keep talking about the 4.0 roadmap, but like there's some major stuff that we're going to be doing there, and a lot of it's going to live or die on how well the user experience is. So part of this is also around like making sure that like not just like throwing us a issue, not or giving us feedback that we can then put into GitHub and hope that it gets seen by somebody. Like these types of things are like a way for us to channel like participation and feedback from you all that we can actually action into work into the team and get it into the product, because not just because it's a bug or something, but because like these are the things that you guys want. And so part of this effort is going to be around like not just like having one person do everything, but like ways that we can involve folks from the community to where we can train you on like, okay, here's how here's a flow where we can actually get you like helping us like open issues and stuff that we can make sure get carried through, and also like expanding on the community calls too. So if we do things like a bounty, we can, and there's a takeaway from that, or like a bounty completes and we've got a bunch of people that were participating in it, we can actually have like the relevant PM on the call and like open it up so that people that were working, that provided feedback or worked with us on the bounty program, like effort, can actually engage directly with the product manager that's responsible for the area of the product. Because like, I think it's one thing I'm really trying to push, and everybody else on this call from the team too is trying to push, is like, we're out there, like we hear you all. I think we can do a way better job of like bringing the PMs more engaged with the community, like, and bringing them together with you guys, because like a lot of this is like, and doing it in a way with conversations to where it's not just like banter on Twitter where like somebody calls in a PM and then it's like a limited amount of information and there's just back and forth. Actually having a conversation. So like when someone on the call says that an issue or a feature is important, you can hear it in their voice. Or if something breaks and it caused an issue, they can hear them express it and people can actually have a dialogue around it. So it's something I'm really like looking forward to having us roll out. It'll be pretty involved with the ambassadors too, I think. So there'll be more information on that, but I just wanted to kind of clue you all in on this early and give you a heads up that this is kind of on the way, and we're super excited to be bringing this to the community, and we'll see more to come on that. All right, cool. I'll open it up for questions because I think we've got 11 minutes left. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to do it. Also, I did see a question from the community too. Someone was asking, and I don't know, I think Jenny might know the answer to this one. Are the People's Choice winning domains included in the prize distribution, or included for consideration in that? Jenny, do you know?
Yep, they are.
They are. All right.
Yeah, because the idea with the People's Choice Awards was like we wanted to get people submitting sites early prior to the deadline. We wanted to kind of just, I don't know, keep the excitement going throughout the month, and also not be so overwhelmed at the end. If we could like get a sneak peek at all the sites coming in, during the course of the month, even knowing that we would have to go over them again at the end with the grading criteria, like at least we can kind of like get a sense of what's coming in. We encourage people to submit early for People's Choice consideration, but we still try to make clear that whoever submits early can still continue working on their site or improving it ahead of the November 12th deadline. So yes, to summarize, if you won a People's Choice Award, you can still win a top 10 prize.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else have questions? We've got 9 minutes and the floor is open.
Hello.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. One question. Is there any way that the browser or Brave could help users spot bots or fake AI?
Bring users. I didn't catch the last part of that.
Could the browser help users spot bots or fake AI?
Oh, yeah. I think there's probably ways we can do that. I think there's a ton of things that Brave could be helping on this front, and part of this is this is kind of why we want to do these programs, because there are a lot of we want to really get a sense of what people are concerned about, right? Because what you tend to hear out in the public is these doomsday scenarios, when really people would probably benefit a lot more from knowing what are ways I could be safe, or what are ways that I could, use, what should I be looking for? Also, Brave could be building protection in that. There's a line too, right? Because you want to safeguard things, but also you don't want to Nerf gun them too much, right? And have it be we've seen how that backfires, right? When it's a weird dynamic. But and some of these things might be answered by trying different modes for things. Or, I think if you look at search, they handle it pretty well, where there's different tiers of search where you can do a safe search or just let it run, unfiltered or whatever. So I think that's a great question. I don't have any specific answers for it yet, because to be honest, I don't think that the answers exist yet. But I think that exactly kind of, it's a really good point actually, because when you look at things around agentic AI and stuff, you see lots of parlor tricks, right? Where, oh, cool, I just watched a browser agent send a tweet that for me, or go through my email and reply to them. But like, one, it just takes longer for the agent to do that than it would for me to do it myself. But also, like, I suspect that a lot of people don't necessarily want agents to post on their behalf when it comes to X or writing emails. And I could be wrong. And the thing is that until we talk to users more about these things, we're really kind of going off of gut on a lot of this stuff. And I think that, finding out how these things will actually be useful is how we're going to find market fit with this stuff. And I think that applies to crypto too. We're at a point with the crypto side of the product where we went from, trying to bring on more users to the browser to have available to start, integrating into crypto, to where now, like, the next 10 to 20 to 30 million crypto users are already in Brave. We just need to meet them where they're at with things that they like can use. And I think this upcoming 4.0 roadmap is going to be effective in doing that. But I also think that, like, the UX is going to be key for that, and how we bring these things together. A lot of that's going to require us, talking to users that care. And the wonderful thing about the Bat community is that not only do you guys like care, like lead users care, but like you all care enough to like hold the token too. And like, it's important for every reason that Brave is doing something important, but it's also important because, like, if we can grow this attention economy, like, into the next level, there's like, there's huge potential there. So yeah, it's a great question. Appreciate it. Yeah. And I think we got 5 more minutes to, let's see if we can, let's see. Well, Harold wants to offload his posting. I guess, it really is going to come down to what people want. I don't know. Like, there's a whole thing around shopping too with this stuff, where I think, yeah, if like I'm buying toilet paper, I don't need to care about that. Like, maybe have an agent handle those things, but like, I guarantee you people care about what shoes they buy. Like, they don't want to, like, have AI like get them the wrong pair of shoes or something. There you go. Jane wants agents to buy Bat for them. Like, I think that's a good idea. Like, you could automate that too, like have like constant buy pressure, or like have the agent convince all your friends too, or whatever. There's lots of things we can doomsday out over, or good stay out over. I don't know, but yeah, it's also funny too, because this is like, we talked about Cloudflare earlier, how they have like a huge percent of the market. And then I don't know if folks saw, I think the week before last, Amazon came out and said, hey, we're going to block agentic shopping on Amazon. And you've got one entity that's like such a huge proportion of e-commerce shopping can make a decision like that and like disrupt things. You almost could hear a bunch of startups die because of that. So it's super interesting, space right now. And aside from the noise, I think, I'm excited to get you all on board, more integrated, and then like also bringing the PMs into these calls more will be cool, because they need to hear directly from you guys. Like, it's a really important part of what we're trying to do here. So yeah. I know we got 3 minutes. Anybody have more questions? Let me see in chat. Do we have anything in here? All right. I'm not seeing a ton.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Bat 4.0 stuff.
I know, man. I can't wait.
I'm just like, I'm stoked. Not just from just being part of it, but just also the learning associated with it. Because it's just, we're really in areas, especially as you see the banking industry and what's going on there. They just did an announcement today that said that banks can now hold crypto to pay gas fees. So, yeah, things are changing in real time. So it's going to be interesting to see in the next year.
Yeah, I don't know if folks saw, like, SoFi, the bank made it possible to like buy crypto from your checking account. And then I had it on what's her name from Citibank. She was talking about on the podcast how basically like you have all of these years of banking online, and they're working on kind of integrating token flows into all of that. It was like super interesting. So I think there's going to be some interesting stuff on that side, but I also think like these are good problems that get introduced to you around like how can we do this without like completely selling out the crypto space and making a worse problem than the one we started it with from in the beginning, and I think that there's a lot of like fundamental questions around that are, I hope more people ask them. Like I'm trying to ask them more often, like even with privacy, where the good problem now is that it goes from the space or the broader market doubting whether people care about privacy to like having Brave, Proton, others where, now we've got 100 million monthly actives. I think Proton's got between 50 and 100. These are big numbers, and like these numbers like dispel whether people care about it or not. And then the next thing is like you see Zcash is making waves, and there's all these ZK things happening on Ethereum and around this event. But then the question kind of becomes, the good problems kind of shift to like, okay, well, we need to be able to like people start to say things like, okay, privacy is normal. And, oh, we're glad that this privacy solution is getting shipped. But like, what does that solution do? And is that solution normal? Or is that solution trying to kind of force a wedge in things that people don't expect? So there's a lot of education that has to go underway to like devs, but to the broader space too, because some of these things, while they're cool in limited applications, like what would suck is to like take established precedents outside it. Like, okay, analog cash. Like I can hand you a briefcase with like $1,000 in it. Nobody has to KYC. People accept that the anonymity and fungibility that cash has requires us to all swim in the same pool. Like, money launderers, criminals, etc., all use dollars analogous cash. The idea that everybody has to like, show proof of innocence, for example, in order to have privacy or transactional capability. That's one thing in a limited area, but if that's what people are trying to do with the whole web, it's like not great. Like you don't want to like take the presumption of innocence and get rid of it. Anyway, I could rant on that for hours, but I'm not going to, because we are at 3:01. So thank you all very much. Appreciate everybody joining the Bat Community Call today. We will be back 1 week from today, same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, see you all online and have a great rest of the week. Take care, everybody.
Hey guys, thanks.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.